Welcome to Smells for Farts. Today we're discussing if things that have AI in them can be considered art. And the answer is yes. Okay, that was the clickbait intro that's supposed to keep you watching. Now that we've done that, I get to expound on this because a lot of you are probably really mad right now, and that's fair, so let me explain. Can things that have AI in it be art? Yes, comma, but. What is AI? And this is the big problem, and you're gonna think right now that I'm splitting hairs, and I kind of am, but it's important for points I'm gonna make later. AI means artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is not very well defined. It's not like a standard thing. A lot of things are artificial intelligence that we take for granted every day. Anything that automates a process and kind of thinks for you, like Pong. Pong is AI, right? Like, that's the first video game. That little thing that knew where your ball was going, that's AI, right? There are a lot of computerized processes that take care of things for us. Somebody who's using a digital drawing tablet, that's deciding how the brush is gonna look, all this other stuff. Computers can make things a lot more streamlined. It's not art if you're doing it digitally, unless you're gonna sit here and say, like, unless every single aspect of the thing being done is completely devoid of any machines and it's all 100% human, that is art. Then if you're that kind of a purist, then yeah, like this video is AI because the camera is automatically selecting the ISO, it's taking care of focus, it's automatically focusing, that's AI. So those things are AI, but they're not the AI you're thinking of. We're gonna get to that in a minute. We're gonna get to that because I have many thoughts on that, and if you watch my other channel, you probably know what they are, but we have to get this thing done first. So, anytime you concede control to a computer, you are getting rid of an aspect of your art, right? So, by letting the phone decide the focus, the ISO, et cetera, I am losing that element of my art. If I were doing a really high production film, I wouldn't be using autofocus. I would probably have a person pulling focus manually to get really artsy shots. And that would make it better. It just would. It would make it a more artistic video. Is that necessary for a video where I'm rambling to the camera? No, it's not. So I let the computer take care of it. And that doesn't make this video bad. It does make it less artistic when it comes to visuals, but that's not what I'm trying to go for. So I concede that bit of control. The same thing can be said of any part of the process. If you're a digital artist on a tablet, you are getting rid of that tactile feeling on the paper. There are certain things that you can't do that you could do on paper. There's things that you could do on the tablet you can't do on paper, so like, it's kind of a mixed thing. Same thing with this, right? If I really wanted to get nitpicky, anytime you are using a modern digital computer, you're using AI because that computer in the camera that's making that film is making decisions. You're not using actual film. You're not manually cranking it at a specific speed, right? Like I can choose if I'm going faster or slower. That is manual, man-made art things, and I'm conceding that to the computer. Okay, I've rambled on too long. What I'm trying to say is there's different levels of AI, and being able to differentiate it between those things is important because there is a lot of artificial intelligence in art when it comes to things like, let's say, color correction or elements that are not generated but adjust. And yeah, some people could say that's cheating, and that's a valid point. You could say that. I don't think that auto color adjust is cheating. A colorist could do it better than me, but I'm colorblind, so I can't do it anyway. Now we come to the real question: is large language model, large language model generative AI art? And the answer is absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, so AI is not art. Well, I mean, AI in the buzzword that we're talking about, it's not art. We know that. Every other YouTuber on the platform has said that. This isn't a new idea, so I'm making a video about it. Well, because I can, it's my channel. But more than that, it's about how the internet is going. One of the biggest problems right now on the internet with channels like mine and other people's, these small channels, is that, and I say small channel, I'm not Mr. Beast, right? Like I've got like collectively across all of my platforms, I think we might be at 4 million subscribers, which in the grand scheme of things is pretty small. It's a small team, it's a small group. Us small channels are getting overrun by the flood of AI slop. And people don't like AI slop. No one seeks out to watch it. But because it's everywhere and you can't get away from it, sometimes you get tricked into seeing it and you just like you're scrolling mindlessly and it comes up. And sometimes it's all you can find. Every other video is AI slop. And sure, people with 2 brain cells can usually see that and they'll skip over it. But because it's so easy to make, so many people are doing it because they're trying to make a profit, I guess. There's been so many things where people are like essentially scamming YouTube by generating thousands of AI videos, flooding them into the system, making it so it's all you see, and then making AI bots to go watch that to bring up their AdSense and whatever. In fact, you know, that's one thing, but it's causing real consequences now. YouTube just passed this thing recently where they're increasing the barrier to entry for newer YouTube channels, where they're doubling the requirements for views and watch time hours in order to get monetized in the first place. And that's scary. All of my channels are monetized, so it doesn't directly affect me, but it affects anybody who's new. But more than that, well, not more than that. In addition to that, channels that are already established have to meet new metrics. Now, in order to get paid at all for YouTube Shorts, you have to hit 20 million Shorts views in 90 days, which the main channel will do, but my sub-channels, I need more targets. My sub-channels, Sell Sword Fencing and Smell Sword Farts, this one, most likely won't hit those metrics, which means now anything I put on these channels, I'm probably producing for free. Free for me, YouTube will still make money. They'll still sell advertising revenue on it. I just won't see it now because they've increased the thingy. And they increased that limit because, well, they're getting flooded with AI and they're losing money that way. And instead of actually hiring somebody to, you know, manually monitor it to make sure that the things aren't AI or, I don't know, making a system that detects it, they've decided to make more AI bots to try and police AI. I don't know. So I'm not actually just whining about money. That's not what this video is about. I'm gonna make these videos either way, even if they don't get monetized, because I've been enjoying this channel. But I wanted to rant a little bit about this situation because, I don't know, it's something I think about a lot. I think about this new future where every corporation is trying to push their AI bot on you and nobody wants it. Nobody likes this stuff except tech bros who are losing money on crypto, I don't know. But nobody likes it, and yet it's everywhere. Why is that? Well, it's because these big corporations think they can make money off of it, so they're pushing it, and that means that we have to live with it, and we have to see all the AI slop that they keep generating. It pushes creators like me and other people my size out of the equation. And like, at least if this was gonna happen, at least could we get some cool tools with this, like some stuff that actually help with creativity? But we don't. One of the biggest things that annoys me about this whole situation is that now there's an AI thing in every application I have. My creative applications, Premiere Pro, and my editing software, and all of this, it's pushing AI on me. Like, it's the thing that I use to make my human art. And now it's like, hey, are you tired of making human art? Do you want us to do it instead? We'll buy some credits and type in a prompt and I'll generate you a video and then you can post that and no one's gonna watch it and you're not gonna make any money, but I'll drain a lake somewhere in California for you. It's so dumb. All of these AI tools also suck. It'd be one thing if like they had some use, and I have tried. When AI first came out, I was like, ooh, I am a very disorganized person. Maybe there'll be some use for this AI. I will try it out. So I tried to see if any of the organizational tools would be helpful. They weren't. They were bad. Well, I was like, okay, cool. Well, you know, the other AI tools have helped me in the past. Like I said, color correction, that's helped me in the past. I'm colorblind. You know what else I am? I'm dyslexic. I have a really tough time reading. If there's not an audiobook out there, I can't read it because it'll take me too long. So maybe I can use AI to help me read. I'll ask it to read me a book. I'll ask it to read me an article. Well, I asked ChatGPT to do that, and it just hallucinated a bunch of stuff about a source I was trying to read, and it was just wrong. It was wrong. I corrected it. So yeah, that didn't work. And then I was like, all right, so the organizational thing. Okay, I'm really bad at organizing. Maybe I can ask one of these things to help me organize a script. And I was like, okay, here are all of my ideas. Let's put together an outline together. And the thing it spat back out at me was the most generic, boring, terrible, I don't even know. Like, I didn't ask it to make me a script. I just said, help me make an outline. And it was terrible. It like got stuff wrong. It was generic. It was, because what it does, again, it doesn't create. Even making an outline is a creative process. It doesn't create. It just averages. It averages everybody else's ideas into slop. So I didn't even use those. Like, it wasn't even good enough to be part of the pre-production process for the pre-production process for a video. It's useless. All of these AI tools that are being pushed at you are so bad. They're bad, they don't work, they're bad for the environment, and the thing that they generate is slop. Sorry, I'm mad about this. Whew. And I wouldn't be so mad about it if I could ignore it, but I can't because it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. Every application I open, everything I try and do is trying to push a new AI tool at me, and they're all bad. And I don't want to use them, and I want them to go away, and I want people to start making... It didn't hit me, I'm okay. People to start making art again. And I want channels like YouTube to be there for real people making real art. I don't care if your art is bad. I just want you to make it. I want real people to make it. Because the other problem with it is it doesn't matter if I make bad art and I put it out. Yeah, it might not get a ton of views, but I tried and I might learn, I might make something better. AI is not going to. It's just going to keep averaging. It's just going to keep being terrible. And it's going to be so easy to make that these grifters can like pump it out at such a crazy fast rate that the people who are trying to make art and trying to make it well, they just can't compete. And they can't compete because, not because their art isn't as good, it's way better. It's way better, but it's about how much. A human can only do so much. An AI doesn't have to think or sleep or do whatever. It can crank out slop eternally. So this doesn't really have a point, and I'm sure you've heard this all 100 times, but I've been thinking about this for a while, and I just wanted to make a video about it. So AI is too broad of a term. There are many useful tools that are artificially intelligent in their own specific way, but this new machine learning, large language model, generative anything is not art. It can't be art unless it is sapient, unless we make Skynet and the machines can think and they have their own opinions and feelings, then it can be art. But until it's that, it's just an average of everybody else's art blended into a gray mush and then pooped back out at you so that, I don't know, you'll buy Coca-Cola. I don't know. That's it. Smell sort farts.